Magic is about to happen here in the Greene Space. Please welcome Igor Lipinski.
Thanks so much. I'd like to show you a great piece of magic. But this piece was not created by a magician per se. It was created by a pianist, Sergei Rachmaninoff. This is Rhapsody on a theme by Paganini. A theme and 24 variations written for the soloist, pianist, and symphony orchestra. Rachmaninoff borrows his theme from a violinist, Niccolò Paganini. The theme goes something like this. So, right from the very first page, Rachmaninoff captures your attention with this virtuosic introduction. Here comes variation 1. So for his first variation, Rachmaninoff uses only a few notes of the main theme. In his second variation, he not only uses the entire theme, but adds hints of dissonances to heighten your interest. So with every new variation, he adds another layers of complexities. But there are quite a few surprises along the way. So for example, variation 7 brings a completely new theme. This is a Gregorian chant, Dies Ira, a day of wrath. But this part is only played by the pianist. The orchestra continues with the main Paganini theme right underneath. So from this moment on, this piece becomes more than just about a simple display of the pianist's sleight of hand. There is conflict. The two themes begin harmoniously but end up in a battle of epic proportions by the end of the piece. But he has in store for us yet one final surprise. Listen to the opening of variation 18th. This is perhaps one of the most beautiful variations of the whole set. But the question is, where is our theme? Did it just disappear into a thin air? Well, some of you may know that it's still here, but it's hidden right before our eyes. Rachmaninoff employs smoke and mirrors to conceal the theme by turning it upside down. So remember the Paganini theme. The first 5 notes, if we start on A, Rachmaninoff goes 3 notes up, Paganini. In 18th variation, he goes 3 notes down. Instead of coming back to A, he does the opposite. Instead of taking that final leap, I think this is an exquisitely crafted piece of magic. And since you now know the secret to the trick, I thought it would be neat to try writing a theme and variations of our own. What do you think? I usually do it with a deck of cards, obviously. And I have a few of you to select some cards. Would you be so kind and just touch one of those cards for me? Just this one here. Let's see what you got. Queen of Clubs. Well, we begin well. Okay. How about you, sir? Just touch the back of one of those cards for me. This one here. Let's see what you got. A 2 of Hearts. Please go ahead and memorize these cards for us. How about, would you be so kind and just touch one? Anyone you like. This one here. Let's see. 3 of Spades. How about you, sir? Would you be so kind? Just touch the back of one of those cards. Let's play 2 of Diamonds. And what is your name?
Sue.
Sue. Would you be so kind and just say stop while I riffle through the cards? Just say stop anytime you'd like.
Stop.
Right here. Okay, take the card. Take it out from the deck. What you got? Jack of Hearts. Okay, and I'm going to ask you to sign your name across the face of that card. After all composers sign their work. Okay, got it. Let's put it back. All right, so the beautiful thing about composing a theme and variations this way is that because you've selected the 5 cards, now we can correspond those cards to the notes at the piano. So let me explain this to you. If we take an ace, the ace would be 1 or a C. Then the 2 is a C sharp. Then 3 is D. Then 4 is D sharp. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th is an A. The Jack is B flat. And then the royal family, which belongs to B, either a queen or a king. So the first card you've selected was a Jack of Clubs. No. You're so impossible to trick. It's the Queen of Clubs, 2 of Hearts, 3 of Spades, 2 of Spades, and then what else was there? 2 of Diamonds and the Jack of Hearts. Okay, so the Queen, the royal family, so we start on B. That's pretty good, I must say. Then we go to 2, so an ace 1 and 2, so then 3 and then 2. Then the Jack is B flat. Well, that's pretty good for your first time. Okay, so if I add a simple accompaniment in the left hand, I can turn your theme into a waltz. By simply changing the left hand, I can turn your waltz into a nocturne. Or if we want to be wild, we can play a tango. wonder what would happen if we turn your theme upside down, what Rachmaninoff did with the Paganini theme. So if we start on B, instead of going 2 notes up, we'd go 2 notes down. Instead of then taking that final leap down, we So your theme wasn't a waltz, it wasn't a nocturne, it wasn't even a tango. It was Turkish March by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. So here it is, our final variation, based on your theme turned upside down in the style of a Turkish pianist, Fazıl Say.
Igor Lipinski. You have a microphone.
Okay, yeah.
Should I call you the amazing Igor Lipinski? I'm feeling amazing right now. That's amazing.
Thank you. You should certainly not call me the amazing. But you know, before you go on, I must apologize to you because I know my pedaling was a little bit off today. Because I've been carrying this thing in my shoe for the whole night. I don't know if you can see this. There's something inside of the shoe. If I turn this, it's a card. Sue, is this your signature?
Oh my God! What?
I think it belongs to you.
No way!
I'll take my pen back.
Wow!
Got my pen back.
That was incredible. So where do you go to classical magician school? Like, I'm just a muggle. I don't even know how to do that stuff.
There's a clown school, but there's no classical magician school. Well, I was started out by my great-grandfather, who did some simple but incredible card tricks back when I was growing up in Poland. And when he passed away, I inherited a book on card magic. And really, that journey began just then. And then I collaborated with different magicians throughout the years, and I performed all over Europe. But then, obviously, piano won me over. And I went to college for piano performance. But at my alma mater, Eastman School of Music, when I was a junior and senior, I enrolled in an honors program, musical arts major, that allowed me to combine both music and magic. So in addition to my senior recital, I actually performed music and magic as my honors thesis. And I worked with a theater professor, and it's sort of, from that moment on, I've been doing that show in several different venues like that.
Well, the reason we know about you here at WQXR is that a few years back we had a classical comedy contest, and you never guess who was the winner. This guy. He came all the way to Caroline's on Broadway and competed with a whole bunch of classical comedians. And it is surprising there are a whole bunch of classical comedians. But we took one look at him and we knew that he was the love child of Victor Borge and Penn and Teller. And he was the winner. It was just so obvious. So where are you now when you're not here in New York performing classical magic?
Well, of all places, I'm based in Norman, Oklahoma. I heard some.
Wow, is Norman, Oklahoma
Yes.
in the house? I mean, really?
I
mean,
work
you're welcome
at,
here and all.
I work at the University of Oklahoma. I just joined the piano faculty there, and I couldn't be happier. It's a great piano program and wonderful students. So
I know that Oklahoma is known for its magic programs.
that I will perhaps start in a couple of years. Yes, I'll have to talk to the dean about that before.
So where do you what's the career trajectory of a classical magician? Like where do you go next? What are we going to Carnegie?
Of course,
The White House?
Which White House? Well, I think, first and foremost, I view myself as a pianist and as a serious musician, but bringing that interactive aspect to classical recital really makes it possible to perform it in a variety of venues, not only Carnegie, but venues like that with people drinking beer and enjoying themselves, enjoying great music. And I like that part of what magic brings to music, that intimacy, the close-up. And also, since I've been teaching for quite a while now, there's this educational aspect without teaching, because it's entertainment, but it tells you a lot about composers, and maybe you'll go back home and listen to the whole Rhapsody on your Spotify app.
Well, can we have a big round of applause for Igor Lipinski? I can tell you we've never seen anything like that before here in the Greene Space. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Igor Lipinski.